Dillon Gabriel wins the Heisman Trophy. I don't think this is that bold at all, and I don't think you thought that way exactly either. Why do you think he wins the Heisman Trophy in Eugene?
I think that he comes into just a better program overall in Oregon over Oklahoma. The Oregon system has produced elite quarterbacks, especially recently. You look at Marcus Mariota, Bo Nix, Justin Herbert, um, and the Oregon system itself, how they play, is conducive, to having their quarterbacks play really, really well.
Yes.
Quick read, quick decisions, and it's easier on the quarterback. And Oregon has the offense overall to just be really elite with their players, getting Evan Stewart, Trayshawn Holden, and Tez Johnson coming back at wide receiver, a top 10 running back room in Jordan James and Jay Harris. Um, just to name a few, their offensive line should be pretty good. I mean, this team is set up for Dillon Gabriel to just play out of his mind. And Gabriel was a really, really good player last year. Um, he was fourth in QBR last year with 87 overall, and he he's just a really good player in my opinion. He has I think I read the third best odds to win the Heisman behind Milrow and Carson Beck, I think.
He's dynamic, but he also can manage a game properly.
Right. Anyway, those are my thoughts. I think that he'll have some stiff competition, but he should be a finalist. And I think that he should play pretty well, you know.
Yeah. I mean, good supporting cast. This should be a down year for quarterbacks anyway because McCarthy, Williams, Nix, Penix, May, Travis, Daniels as well. That's seven quarterbacks who last year were consensus or unanimous preseason top 10 QBs. They're gone.
Right.
And that leaves you with Carson Beck, maybe Jalen Milrow, maybe Quinn Ewers if both of them can take steps forward and be developed. And, I mean, maybe if Liberty goes on an insane run with Caden Salter, you never know. Maybe Travion Henderson, if he, really takes over and is healthy. Maybe Donovan Edwards, just some other offensive players. Maybe at wide receiver, someone can emerge. But this year seems to be down at quarterback already, and just down, period, in terms of average level of play for a team, in my opinion, given how much these great teams from last season lost. Missouri and maybe Georgia, but at most those two are the only teams who finished in the top 20 last year who are top 25 in returning production. Last year, you had two teams that finished in the top 25, top 20 in the top 5. And those two teams actually finished top 15 in 2022. Florida State, not Clemson. Florida State and Michigan. Florida State returned the most. Michigan returned the fifth most entering 2023 from 2022. Entering 24 from 23, more inferior teams with questions, or maybe good teams that wouldn't be power ranked too high, they return the bulk of production, and it's those top 20, top 15, top 10 teams that are more so in the middle, some at the higher end of the spectrum, but also some like Michigan, Washington, Alabama, and Tennessee, all teams that finished in the top 20 rankings, they return less than half of their production from last year. So I think this is going to be a weak year, particularly at the quarterback position as well, if you want to get more specific and break it down by position. And Gabriel being a player who is dynamic. He ran for a few hundred yards last year, passed for 3,660, and almost 40 passing touchdowns. Well, 30, so 10 away. And he was third in QBR, I think. Fourth. You're correct on fourth. It was McCarthy who was third in QBR. I don't think this is that bold at all. And when you have Tez Johnson, Gary Bryant, Trayshawn Holden, Terrence Ferguson at tight end, the best offensive tackle duo in the country in a Johnny Cornelius and Josh Connerly Jr., a top 10 running back in Jordan James, and a defense that bringing in Derek Harmon and bringing in, his name slips my mind, the Jamari Caldwell, former Houston defensive tackle, and returning Jordan Birch and Mateo Uiagalelei. You have highly talented, proven players on both sides of the lines of scrimmage. So that'll make for a great supporting cast, a defense that was top 10. This will all give Dillon Gabriel more time in every game, more snaps, longer drives to make things happen with one of the best offensive minds in the nation in Will Stein. Thank you all so much for watching this clip of Touchdown Talk. Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and comment your reaction down below. That way College Football with Sam can continue to grow and you can get the best experience out of college football content on YouTube. I would like to give a shout out to my Patreon members for sponsoring this channel and video. Thanks to Crash2488 and Braska Rascal for being Heisman members. Thanks to Chris Lane and Connor Little OH for being All-American members. And thanks to John Lynn, Roaming Gnome, Matthew Sale, Austin Christmas, and Janisha Cockrell for being all-conference members. Have a great day, everyone, and we will see you back soon. Bye-bye.